Hey, what's up? Video today we talking about extreme ownership. So it's pretty much self-explanatory. Extreme ownership. Check it out.
Wake up in the morning, crank that 18-wheeler. Heck, they hit my phone, I'm going in his direction. He say he out the game, he left it up to me. Gave me a road map and spots overseas.
Alright, like I was saying, today we're going to talk about extreme ownership. And extreme ownership is when you can pretty much take responsibility for things that people can pretty much justify that it may not actually be your fault, but because you are the leader, because you are the owner, because you are the person in charge, you take that responsibility because there are things you probably could have done to prevent that. And the reason why I'm talking about this situation is because I had a situation where I had to take extreme ownership with my driver. My driver told me last week that he had to go to court this coming Friday, because he got I think he was driving in an area that had no truck area, so he had to go to court. So I guess he was trying to get out paying his ticket. So he told me this last week. So what I pretty much did was I scheduled his week so he can be able to be locally around here in Atlanta. That way he can always he's always near where he needs to go to court. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday it's like I had him scheduled. The first load he did was he picked up from Atlanta. He picked up from Brazos in Georgia, which is close to Atlanta, and took a load up to Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I got a load from Chattanooga, Tennessee that he brought back to McDonald's. So he was able to do all that all in one day. Well, he should have been able to do it in one day. So let's say he started Monday. When he picked up Monday from Brazos, went to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Left Chattanooga, Tennessee, and he had a load delivering to McDonald's. He could have made it. He could have made that load to McDonald's that day too, but he decided he wanted to go home, so he left the second load in Tennessee and went apart for the day at home. Then he got up the next day, which is Tuesday, and went ahead and took the McDonald's load. So now I had to find him another load to kind of schedule around his day, because he started kind of late. So from McDonald's, I ended up getting him a load from McDonald's that went to it was left at Donna, went to Atlanta, and that load he had to take that load to I know what it is. He left McDonald's and had to take a load from Atlanta to Tifton, Georgia. And in my mind, I'm thinking, when I saw that, I'm like, I wonder where he's going. Where is he going? But I found out that he picked up from Atlanta, and the load he's taking from Atlanta is going to Tifton. Which the reason I'm gonna take responsibility for this situation is because I should have asked the customer where the load was picking up from and going. If I would have known it would have been Kellogg's or Target, I would have not booked that load, because they've been in that same situation. Matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, picking up a Kellogg's and Target load, and they are the worst place to go to. The load already doesn't pay top-notch money. The only time it's good is because it pays detention. When you can get it to work the way you need to get it to work, it pays some good detention. I think we made like $300 extra on some detention one time. So that was a decent situation, but I mean, you don't want to be banking off detention, because that's just kind of stupid. Alright, so the thing was, when I booked the load was supposed to be picked up at 6. It had a window between 6 and 9 was the window time that he could pick up, supposedly. But when I saw the report, he was like, I think it say 9 o'clock. So then I called the agent that gave me the load. I'm like, I thought he could pick this load up at 6. She's like, yeah, he can go to 5 to 6. So what the driver did is he went ahead and went on to Kellogg just to see if he can go early. This is around like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, because he had all this free time. They said absolutely not. Don't come here a minute before 9 or a minute after 9. So okay. So then I let the agent know, hey, they won't let him come to 9. We already started the clock, or whatever. She's like, oh man. She tried to act like she didn't know, but I believe she did know, because you know how some people do. So he couldn't get there at 9. He already started his clock. So when he got there at 9, they made him park his trailer in the dock, and he had to leave the location because they don't want to run his yard. So they usually take about 4 hours to load. So I think he's running out of time anyway. So he drops the trailer and then he just goes home. So it means he's not gonna better come back and get that trailer till the next morning. They didn't call him till 1 a.m. to let him know the load was finished anyway. So once that all got situated, he got back to Kellogg's to pick the load up. Now we got to get it rescheduled. So by getting it rescheduled, because he's not gonna make the 11 o'clock time to go deliver it, because he has, it's not gonna make it down to 10th in the time. So he has to reschedule the load. So she reschedules it, And I told her that she had to reschedule it after Friday afternoon because he has to go do something. I ain't tell her he had to go to court because it wasn't none of her business. But he has to do something, so he's not gonna be able to deliver it to after Friday after evening. So she's like, cool. So she gets me a Friday 7 o'clock time. Okay. So she sends me the confirmation on a picture. So all I do was copy the picture and I send it to the driver. Okay. So that same day, I didn't even go to sleep that day. I stayed up all night. And then when I got about 12 o'clock, I said, shoot, I don't feel like going to sleep. I'm just gonna go to work. So I went in and started doing my own stuff. So I worked from like 12 a.m. to like 7 a.m. Just out there moving chassis. So then I came home. I did some real estate stuff, and then I was quote unquote call myself taking a nap. But mind you, I already told the driver what time. Well, I sent him the picture of the time he has to be where he needs to be, and he has to be at court at 9 a.m. So I'm assuming, and I told him to call me when we got to court. So my time go by, I wake up, it's like 5 p.m. So I'm like, dang, I hadn't heard from him. So I'm hoping he went, So I called him. I'm like, yo, I'll call him. He like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what happened with court? He was like, oh yeah, I just went ahead and just paid it or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, so what's up with this load you supposed to be delivering? He's like, what load? I'm like, the load you're under, the one you picked up yesterday, the one that I told you that you gotta be at delivery at 7 o'clock. He's like, no, I don't remember that. But this, and mind you, he's at a bar hanging out with his friends. So I'm pissed. So I'm like, I'm sitting here like, why would I'm thinking, you kind of took the call. So I'm pissed. So I'm letting them have it, whatever, right? So now I gotta like send a message to the agent like we gotta reschedule again. You know what I mean? So now it's so I'm telling her like he's not gonna be able to make it. I'm not telling her why because like I said, like I said, hey, the driver's at a bar. He says he didn't get the message for the 7 o'clock p.m. So he just thought he had to deliver it like Monday or something. He just assumed. But I think that's you don't be assuming when it comes to this. You should be calling me. You know what I mean? If you didn't understand, think about it, you're under a load. You got to go to court. But so all this is going on. It's all crazy stuff. So I'm like pissed. I got to follow him and I try to get this situated. So today's Monday. So most likely today's Monday. Me making this video. So most likely I still haven't heard what time we're gonna get it rescheduled. It's supposed to get it's always the day after. So she's gonna reschedule it today. Means she's probably gonna deliver it tomorrow. But anyway, besides all that, I'm like pissed. But eventually, it's like I start thinking about like what could I have done to make this not happen? That's where this extreme ownership part comes in. At okay, I could have got the picture from the agent, sent it to him, then called him to say, hey, do you know that you got my message, right? This this kind of like micromanaging because I haven't had to do this in a while. I used to have to do this all the time with him, but looked like I had to get back to doing that. I could have done that, right? He didn't respond to the message, so I should have called to say, hey, you got the message saying that you have a delivery at 7 p.m. on Friday, right after you get out of court. You know what I'm saying? I should have done that. I should have called him the day to make sure that he went to court because I guess now you know he didn't even make it to court. He said he forgot to go to court. Like this is something that you have been on all week, but you forgot to go to court. I mean, and I believe him because he does forget. He forgets those type of things. The crazy thing about it is when it comes to like old stuff, like history stuff that happened back in the day, things that like you would learn in school, word from word, he could do a debate and a lecture on that, and you would think he's the smartest person in the world because he's really sharp on when it comes to the things that he's super interested in. When it comes to things like paying your bills on time, comes to being on appointment on time, being like the stuff that's like really small that you should be able to know, because he has so much other stuff going on. It's like he like forget like, oh man, I forgot I had to go to court, I overslept, I didn't go, or all this stuff, right? He has got a lot going on. He has a grown son, and he's taking care of like he's a baby. So it's crazy. His son probably my age, and so he's doing that. But it's just crazy how this stuff is, man. But I took responsibility. So when I talked to him next day, he called me. He wanted information. I'm like, I probably won't get delivered till Tuesday. I'm like, man, it ain't your fault. It's my fault. I should have just been able to been on you. You work for me. I don't work for you. I should have been on you to making sure that you was gonna deliver that load when you supposed to deliver it. I didn't, so I take responsibility for it. So now we're in a situation where you're gonna have to deliver the load probably Tuesday, which means that is we've been on this load since Wednesday or Thursday. Something like Wednesday or Thursday. We've been on this load since Wednesday, Thursday. Means that we only got paid for one load last week. We're still on the same load from last week. This load right here, which don't pay much. So that means we're pretty much gonna be almost like it's been like almost like we're gonna be down for a whole week. Because now we're not gonna be able to deliver this load until Tuesday, which means we pretty much gonna get started Tuesday. So there's a lot of revenue that gets missing, a lot of days that get missing. It's just a lot of losses you have to take. But I'm taking all that because this is my fault. I should have been on it, and I wasn't on it, and that's the reason why that happened. A lot of y'all might be looking at like, oh no, that's his fault. It could be, but I feel like I decided to start this business. I started to be the owner operator. I started to have employees and stuff like that. So by me doing that, I gotta take extreme ownership of what I could have avoided happening and not let this ever happen again. So that's what this video is about. It's about taking street ownership on things that when you're in charge, when you're the leader, people look up to you, and you are in charge of how other people eat and all that stuff. You got, whenever something go wrong, you got to take extreme ownership, and you got to be the one to figure out, okay, what did I do wrong to make this happen? What could I have done for this not to happen? Just try to just reverse engineer what has already happened, so that way when you get in that situation again, it never happens again, and you just learn from your mistakes. And it's just a learning lesson, and I accept that. Like I said, I ain't gonna keep y'all up long. I got a lot of stuff to do today. It's Martin Luther King's holidays today, which is great. And I actually took the day off too. Not because it's this day, but I just got stuff to do. Me and my wife went down to an area of Georgia, and we're gonna start investing property in. So we're excited about that. So we're gonna just pretty much just work on getting that stuff situated. I'll give y'all more details down the line about what we're doing and what if we bought the property or when we buy the property, and once we get it ready to go and all that other good stuff. More videos to come. Outside of that, man, let me just go ahead and get out of here, and I appreciate y'all checking me out, man. All right, I'm out.
All I'm thinking, get my grandma out that dirt road. All I know is getting outside the hole. My partner got an L, still jugging down the road. I got clientele and I jig without a phone. I got truckload, I got truckload, I got truckload, I got truckload.